And India is now officially a step closer to getting immunized against the deadliest virus we've seen in decades. The world's biggest vaccination drive is set to take place in India in a few days from now. The development comes after the government panel gave an emergency approval for the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine, which has been developed by the Serum Institute. A vaccine drive dry run will take place across all states and union territories today in order to identify the challenges in the inoculation drive, and then the mega rollout will begin. In fact, if we go into the details of the vaccine nod which has come in, we will take a look at that as well. But as we can tell you that there are several locations which have been fixed for the dry run today. In fact, as we told you, the final approval for the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine lies in the hands of the Drugs Controller General of India. It's only then that the centre will sign the contract with the Serum Institute for the vaccine drive to begin. With an efficacy of 70%, the Oxford vaccine is being touted as one of India's best bet. So that is the latest, that the government has in fact given a recommended emergency use of the Covishield vaccine, which has been developed by Serum Institute of India. This is across the world popularly known as the Oxford vaccine. Remember that the UK regulators had already given the nod to it, following which their vaccine drive had in fact started. Now we can see that here in India as well, AstraZeneca Oxford vaccine developed by Serum has been given the green signal by the government panel, though one last step remains for the Drugs Controller General of India to give his final nod to the vaccine. Let me go across to my colleague Ayushman on this. Ayushman, so this is, although not a final approval yet, but still a big deal that India has in fact finally got a green signal in terms of the vaccine use. One final step awaited in terms of the Drugs Controller General giving his nod. So, tell us, do we know any further details which have come in from the expert committee meet yesterday?
Well, Tanima, as far as the subject expert committee is concerned, the recommendation for Covishield has been done. And in the case of Bharat Biotech, it has been said that the Bharat Biotech need to submit the additional data because their third phase trial is still on. So the final nod definitely comes from the DCGI, the Drug Controller General of India. That nod is still awaited, but in all probability, India has, in fact, is on its way to get its first vaccine because subject experts committee can't be overruled by the DCGI. So it's merely a nod that is needed, and the Covishield is going to become the first vaccine which will be getting its approval in India.
Right. Ayushman, thank you so much for joining us with that.